While fans fight to defend their clubs, footballers in Europe are raking in crazy wages weekly. Weekly salaries that will blow your mind. How much is the highest paid footballers in Europe earning weekly? In this video, we'll go through 10 of the highest paid footballers in the top European leagues in 2026, and how much they make weekly. I used Capology's estimated gross base salary data. I excluded bonuses, endorsements, and image rights, which for some players are tens of millions of euros yearly. Here are the 10 highest paid players across Europe's top 5 leagues. All figures are converted to euros for consistency. Welcome to the replay room. I'm Professor Knox, and today, we're following the money. Subscribe if you haven't. Let's count down from number 10. At number 10, Manuel Neuer, Bayern Munich goalkeeper. 21 million euros per year, 403,846 euros per week. Even at this stage of his career, Manuel Neuer remains one of the highest paid players in Europe. A goalkeeper in the top 10 is rare, but Neuer isn't just any goalkeeper. He redefined the position. The question is no longer about legacy. It's about longevity. Is Bayern paying for present performance or past greatness? At 9, Casemiro, defensive midfielder for Manchester United, 21,294,000 euros per year, 409,885 euros per week. Manchester United made a statement when they brought Casemiro from Real Madrid, a proven winner, multiple Champions League titles. Elite defensive presence, but at over 400,000 euros per week, expectations are brutal. Is he still elite, or are United paying Champions League wages for rebuilding season output? Number 8 is also from the English League. Sitting at the number 8 spot is Virgil van Dijk, centre-back at Liverpool. Van Dijk earns 21,294,000 euros per year. That is 409,885 euros per week. At his peak, Virgil van Dijk was the most dominant defender in world football, and Liverpool rewarded that dominance with over 400,000 euros per week. Injury setbacks tested him. But when fit, he remains one of the Premier League's most commanding figures. Defenders rarely reach this pay bracket. Van Dijk did. Don't forget that these figures are gross base salaries only. No bonuses, no endorsements, just guaranteed wages. At number 7 is Dusan Vlahovic, Juventus center forward. This is the only name on this list from the Italian league. Dusan Vlahovic earns 22,220,000 euros per year. That is 427,308 euros per week. Juventus built their attack around Vlahovic, and you'd agree over 427,000 euros per week reflects that commitment, making him the Serie A's highest earner. Big expectations, big pressure. Is he delivering enough to justify being Italy's most expensive weekly asset? You decide. 6. David Alaba, centre-back at Real Madrid. Alaba earns 22,500,000 euros per year, at the rate of 432,692 euros per week. He came to Real Madrid as a free agent and was welcomed with a massive salary. Typical Real Madrid model. Alaba arrived with versatility and leadership, and at over 430,000 euros per week, he's among Spain's elite earners. Madrid doesn't pay lightly, but they do pay strategically. Liverpool takes the next spot. Now we're halfway through our list. At number 5, we have Mohamed Salah, popularly called Mo Salah. Salah is a right winger for Liverpool, who earns 24,336,000 euros per year. That is 468,385 euros per week. For years, Salah has been Liverpool's attacking engine. Goals, assists, consistency, nearly 500,000 euros per week. But unlike many names on this list, few argue he hasn't earned it. This might be one of the most justified salaries in Europe. Do you agree? 4. Harry Kane, Bayern Munich center forward. Kane earns 25 million euros per year, which breaks down to 480,769 euros per week. Harry Kane left England for silverware, and he got not just silverware, but also 481,000 euros per week. The Bundesliga's biggest paycheck, but Bayern expect dominance. Anything less won't match the investment. Now to the top 3. At number 3 on the list of the highest paid players in Europe is Vinicius Junior, left winger at Real Madrid. Vinicius earns 25 million euros per year, bringing it to 480,769 euros per week. Vinicius brings speed, directness, and Champions League performances. Vinicius isn't just a winger, he's Madrid's future. At 480,000 euros per week, the club is betting on longevity and superstardom. And so far, he's justified that belief. Now, this is where you pay attention, because the numbers get astronomical from here. 2. Kylian Mbappé, center forward, Real Madrid. 31,250,000 euros per year. 600,962 euros per week. Over 600,000 euros per week, Mbappé didn't move quietly. He moved historically. Madrid secured one of the biggest names in football and paid elite money. This isn't just salary. It's brand investment. It's global dominance. And at this level, anything less than trophies becomes failure. Before I share the number 1, what have you observed so far in the 9 names I've shared with you? I'll tell you what I observed while researching these names. Stay with me. The highest paid player in Europe is Erling Haaland, center forward at Manchester City. Haaland earns 31,941,000 euros per year. That is 614,635 euros per week. If you didn't get it, let me repeat it. 614,635 euros per week. More than what some people will make in their lifetime. For Haaland, goals come in waves. Records fall constantly. Manchester City didn't hesitate. They secured the most efficient goal machine in modern football. The wage reflects certainty. Production. Cold finishing. No debate. Now, let's discuss. What are you seeing? Here's what I saw. Strikers dominate this list. 6 of the top 10 are attackers. Does that mean clubs are paying for goals, not clean sheets? Not tackles or passes completed? Goals. Also, the Premier League places 4 names in the top 10. Real Madrid alone places 3, with 2 of them in the top 3. Looks like money is concentrated in the Premier League and Spanish League. So here's the final question. Who on this list is actually worth every euro? Who is just a hype and does not deserve the money poured on him? Let me know below. If you made it to this point, you're the real MVP. To help me separate you from the rest who didn't get to this point, comment football money. Thanks a lot for watching. Because you're a true football fan, I believe you'll love this other video on your left. Also, check out our videos of the highest paid players in each league and club in Europe, showing on your right.